At Farmers Insurance, we know a roof can withstand a lot. One exception being an airborne car. Seen it, covered it. Click for more.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's number 2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie, it's me, Jamie. This is your daily pep talk. I know it's been rough going ever since people found out about your a cappella group, Mad Harmony, but you will bounce back. I mean, you're the guy always helping people find coverage options with the Name Your Price tool. It should be you giving me the pep talk. Now get out there, hit that high note, and take Mad Harmony all the way to nationals this year! Sorry, it's pitchy.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Okay, here we are, coming live from the Catch. It's in Key Largo, in beautiful Key Largo. It's the Keys, beautiful downtown Key Largo. It's the Keys Bartender Live podcast. I'm here with
Connor Barrett.
I'm Jim Moran. We're also joined by
Bill Wissinger.
Bill Wissinger. That's what is that? Oh, let's clink here.
Yeah, we got
the beginning. We got to do it. We get it. Oh, I hope you hear that correctly.
That was my contact button.
Hey, folks, I just want to do another reminder. You know, we're here from 4:30 to 5:15. But at the Catch, they have happy hour from 3:30 to 6:30. They have great drink and food specials. They have some lovely people here. What's your name, lovely? Jules, I'm Jim. Nice to meet you. We have Maggie over here and our friend. Nice to meet you, Jules.
And who's our bartender?
And then we have Tina and Bear, and we have Tony over there, and Sean, and we have Tito, Jermaine, Michael. Oh no, they're the Jackson 5. I'm sorry, but remember,
4 out of 5 ain't
4 out of 5 aren't bad. But we have a wonderful happy hour here at the Catch, and with 75-cent wings, the best wings in the Upper Keys.
The shrimp and the oysters are 75.
Who are you calling a shrimp? Okay, the oysters, yeah, 75-cent oysters and 75-cent shrimp. Connor's right.
I also want to, I'd love to see a place that when the oysters are big, they have a sign. It's like, hot donuts, like Krispy Kreme, but they have a sign saying large oysters.
You know what? It's not always about the size with oysters, believe it or not. Some people like the smaller one. Yeah. I mean, I'm a larger type person, and but some people like it larger, some people like it smaller. And I'm not going in no innuendo.
Is it the Irish jewelry that makes me think that I'm just looking for the better value?
Oh my God! That's Cheryl Holt from the Keys Visitor Center. Say hi. Just say hi, Cheryl. Come over here. Say hi. This is Cheryl Holt, my friend.
Have a seat. We'll get you a drink.
Yeah. Can we get you a drink?
I want a martini.
Have a martini? Hey, Connor, do me a favor. Let's go and get a martini for Cheryl. We're going to get started on our topic eventually.
Espresso martini.
Espresso. Get her espresso martini. Ask her to put it on our tab. No, it is on our tab. It's all right. Cheryl runs the visitor center here. As soon as you come into the Keys on the right-hand side, as you come over the Jewfish Creek Bridge. Billy, you know Cheryl, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us a little about what happens when you go into the visitor centers. What kind of offers do you have for people?
Well, we have free maps for everybody that walks in from Key Largo to Key West. And on those maps, they point out everything you would want to see and not miss. So you definitely want to walk in for a free map. We are going to ask you where you're going, what you want to do, if you want to go out on the water. We give out discounts on hotel rooms. We give the best rates for last minute rooms. And we can help you book excursions where you are not going to run around looking for the best rates. Yeah, we're not going to waste your time.
Yeah, and if you do come down here and you don't have a room ready,
right?
It would behoove you to check in with them because they have the hookup for you,
right?
To do it, and they're very incentivized to do that. They will find you the best rates for a room. They will find you the best rates for a dive shop. to go on
Snorkel
a snorkel trip,
Glass bottom boat,
or anything, all
Jet
the way
ski.
down to Key West. And that is the Key Largo Visitor Center, run by my friend Cheryl Holt. And she is a very good friend. It's not one of those things where I say that because she's a sponsor. She is a friend. And I harass her I harass her on a regular basis, don't I, Cheryl?
Yes, you do.
We're in the Key Largo Rotary that does a lot of good work.
Fundraisers,
yes,
yeah.
fundraisers. But she is my good friend, and I trust her implicitly. And I'd like to thank her for just sitting in right there. Oh my God, I love her. You know what? I do harass the crap out of her and the thing, and I say a lot of funny things. I make up stories about her. I say that, 1 week, we do happy dollars at Key Largo Rotary. And 1 week I'll just say, hey, you know what? I just want to say I'm really happy to be here, and I'm really happy that Cheryl is not in jail for human trafficking.
FBI wanted list, the no-fly list.
Or when they're missing batteries or anything, I insinuated that she used it for devices that people would use when they're lonely.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not, yes, okay? And we're not going to go any deeper because we're going to do the family thing here anymore. But you know what? Cheryl is a great humanitarian, and she's a really good friend. No, Cheryl's an awesome friend, and I appreciate her. And this is a woman I trust implicitly. And and because she allowed me to say those things about her, I do make sure that I say things that are accommodating to her business acumen and how great she is at doing her job. So that's the Key Largo Visitor Center, the first on the right side. It's the red building. Address.
It's a yellow building.
The yellow building.
It is not the chamber.
Okay, it's not the chamber. It's a yellow building on the right-hand side. The yellow building. And you go in there and you'll be treated so well by her employees. She treats them like friends, so they're not really.
Do you ask everybody where they're from?
Yeah.
Just about all of them.
Oh, we ask everybody where they're from.
Yeah.
It's so interesting to see
My
all
name,
over the world.
Yeah.
My name is Abdul. I am from Pakistan. I want to come down and have some Alaskan crab. I'm sorry, you've gone to the wrong part of the United States. You should be up in the upper left-hand side, Alaska. You are in Key Largo. And that would be the accurate way to do it, I think.
If you want a crab, I send them over to Alabama crab.
Oh, crabs. I get it. You're talking about an STD. No.
Talking about blue crab.
Oh, not crab. Oh, thanks, Maggie. No, we're not talking about those type of crabs.
Blue crab.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Cheryl. Listen, you brought this on about us, and we're supposed to be a family type show. Did we get her martini yet? Did we have it yet? Oh, it's coming up. Yeah. This is good. Oh no, we're gonna be risque, but we're gonna be pointed too. Right now, we are targeting, and we have been targeting the bartender and server segment of the service industry. And they do travel, and they do recommend. And then we have Sean Dickens coming over here. Sean Dickens, why don't you come over here, Sean? Sean. Let's give a hand to Sean Dickens, our bartender here. Come on, have a nice round of applause. Sean, come over here. Let's hear. Sean handed me a list of things to say today. Sean, I want you to give me a drink recipe, give me a one-liner, give me something that you have that you want to. Remember that sheet of paper you left?
And a trivia question.
And a trivia question.
All right, what flavor is amaretto liqueur?
I shouldn't be answering that one. I can't answer that one. That's wrong because I know that. That's like asking. That's like asking what's the name of Jim's mother.
I got it.
What is it?
I had to go through the file.
What is it?
It's almond.
Correct. Very good. Okay. That's good. Hey, it's all right to clap. We're responsive here. Let's do that. You can clap feedback. A suppository, yes, you can shove anything up that. Okay.
Stop.
No, we're not going to go there.
Stop.
Now, thank you. Thank you for stopping me. Sean. And we also had the other trivia question you gave us. a martini question. You gave me a couple martinis. Give me a new one you didn't have. And I said I'm not the Keys bartender. I'm a Keys bartender. How would
a customer comes up to you and says, "I want a drink that tastes like strawberry shortcake."
Well, I would get a strawberry shortcake, put vodka in, and blend the whole strawberry shortcake.
That would be pretty good.
That would be awesome. I think I would. But what I would do is get strawberry vodka. I'd get probably like a whipped cream vodka, and I'd also do. What do you think with the strawberry thing, the whipped cream? I throw a little cream in it, and probably garnish with a strawberry, and that would be it.
Yeah.
And then I'd, I don't know, what the hell? I'd put a little whipped cream on the edge.
For sure.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sean. So Sean has a band in the South. I think he's going to be introducing a jingle for our show.
Oh, really?
That's a wild rumor.
Yes, and it's going to involve a harmonica and maybe a big bass and.
I was hoping for a gong. I couldn't find any Asian friends, though.
No, a gong could.
You want a 36 or a 42?
Which one's F sharp?
Okay, well, this is all specialty items. It's way beyond my thing. But what we wanted to talk about today, and I think it might be kind of acute or disturbing to some people that are listening, we're going to be talking, the title of the show is called Not a City in the People's Republic of China. Which, what is that? What is that city?
Not a city in the People's Republic of China.
Yeah, what city would that be?
Beijing?
No,
not
but
Beijing.
No, but not a city in China.
Thailand?
Okay. The Old English they use the Old English reason was called to ensure promptitude.
Yeah.
What's the acronym? Tipping.
It's not a city in China.
That's it. It is not a city in China.
No.
And that's the title of the show this week. Thank you very much, Sean. You're welcome. I think you're at the bartend, though. But we're going to get Sean a head. We're going to eventually going to get our drink whisperer here. But we're going to have to tip that guy. He really. Okay. Well, okay. We made it a roundabout way to that point.
The
introduction of the main thing, not a city in China or not a city in the People's Republic. There's a classic scene. This is all right to have the ambient noise. We like that. There's a classic scene from the movie Reservoir Dogs, and they're planning a jewelry heist. Okay, you don't have to be Mr. Pink. There's Mr. Brown, there's Mr. Red, there's Mr. Blue, there's Mr. White, and they're all eating breakfast at a diner. And at the end of it, the guy that's organizing the heist, he says, "You know what? I'm going to settle." He's the old bald guy. He's great, and he goes, "Listen, I'm going to settle up this bill, and the rest of you guys kick in money for the tip for the waitress." And Steve Buscemi, the character played by Steve Buscemi, says, "You know what? I'm not going to kick any money in."
Well, why would he do that?
Well, he says he has a problem with that. And I understand that. And there's a certain segment of society that believes that tipping should not be a thing. But what happens? Let's go through the history of it. Okay. The history of tipping. Tipping originated in Europe. And you had the aristocracy that handled, whenever they're dealing with the peasants or the people beneath them, they give them a gratuity to accomplish a task. And it happened in Americans that were visiting 1850s, 1860s, 1870s, noticed this, and they tried to mimic it. And they saw that you had these wealthy Americans trying to bring this back to America. And as Connor will probably bring us to, there's multi-levels of I'm sorry, that's my glasses hitting the microphone. There's multi-levels of what happens with tipping, where they come from. It
involves slavery,
Sexism.
Sexism. Yeah. Looking down on people. The
Classism. The class structure.
Yeah.
And it's just like you would when you're tipping someone, you're tipping them that just the acronym to ensure promptitude. I want service quickly, and I'm giving you money for that. And I understand that. And what happened is it was brought over here to America, and in America, it flourished. It flourished so much that in 1910, what happened?
6 states outlawed tipping.
6 southern states outlawed tipping. And yeah, they did, because people here, there was a populist movement brought on by William Jennings Bryan, and you don't have to look this up, but this guy was very famous. He led a big populist movement. Like, yes. Yes, but he also had this thing, he said he was a believer in the people, and it was very undemocratic, the tipping, so that, you should just pay people what they get. Well, what happened? Our industry, the restaurant industry, got into tipping, and it just locked in there. It got locked in there, and we could go in there long, because in the South, when you're talking about racism, it says slave.
Well, that's why they outlawed it, because they didn't want to give them. Here's a slave, a freed slave, a free man, and they did not want to give them any more money. You got this job, so I look down upon you already. Yeah, I'm not going to give you any more money. That's why they objected to the tipping.
Well, no, their objection, I think their objection was that they would. I thought the objection was different from that, but that's good. That's another take on it. I believe they did it because you could only give a tip to someone that is not on your level. It's a sign of servitude.
Right.
When you tip someone, it's a sign of servitude. Now, because it has been institutionalized in the United States, and it's funny because we tried to back off it in 1910, and the Europeans have included it as a service charge. That tipping has virtually disappeared in Europe, and now they give a higher income to the service employees there. Now, a livable income. But you know what? It's almost over here. It's become a star-driven opportunity, meaning that obviously if you work at the Golden Corral or Hooters or something like that, you might, or maybe not Hooters, but let's say IHOP, you might want a higher livable wage. But if you're a bartender at a higher end place, or you consider yourself an attraction, like what would you call that on a team? You call them a franchise player. Well, the tips, but I mean, the thing is, if you're working in a place like, let's say, a corner bar in Philadelphia, a shot in a beer place, where people come in and they sit on a stool for 12 hours and they leave $2.
Yeah.
You're not sending a kid through college. You're not sending a kid to the grocery store. I know, I'm just saying. But the way, and I'll talk about how I view stools. I have a view on the way I view my seats at the bar.
Yeah.
But when it comes to that, the franchise players, and it may sound cocky, but I view myself as a franchise player.
You have a lot of faith in your ability.
I have faith in my abilities. I have faith in my entertainment capabilities.
People that listen to us, they don't realize that Jada Bill is an excellent bartender. I, on the other hand, was a bartender. I wasn't very good at it, but I was personal with people. People like working with me. People like chatting them up. But
Connor is very entertaining, and that is, I swear to God, that is 80% of being a bartender. Because I can teach someone how to be a bartender in 2 days. I can't teach someone how to be personal. You can't teach someone how to be personal. You either are or you aren't.
You either want to engage with people and you want to be accepted.
And then there's the next level. Well, actually Connor's entertaining too. So that's the next level. Connor's entertaining. So we engage people on a different level. And we try to engage people when we go up. And that's a franchise player thing. And the franchise player wants to say, you know what? I'll go for the tips. Because that's the free radical. In baseball, football, and all that stuff, you have people that come in and they say, you know what? We got to get our linemen a base, a base pay, and we got to get these things for them when they're retired and stuff like that. And the star players don't really care about it because they get all their money in 4 years. Now, we don't get all our money in 4 years, but obviously our talents don't diminish.
I mean, the league minimum.
Yeah, the league minimum is not for us. We're not going to argue for the league minimum. But you know what? Maybe we should. And I apologize to my fellow bartenders and my servers that I don't do that. And I do understand it's a requirement that people have to raise their families. And there's cultural reasons for why people don't tip. I don't even.
I always think about Europe, a word that's not the rule. It's the first time I was, the first overseas course I was in this again. With Aalborg, Denmark. And young guy, beautiful Aalborg, Denmark, and we're at this restaurant, and didn't have anybody around us that spoke Norwegian, and not many people spoke English.
Yeah.
So we just picked some stuff out of the menu, and when we were all done, I was worried about all the commercials, but they were just thrilled that we left all this money on the table. And we walked, no, that's yours. No, thank you very much. They thought American sailors were just rich.
In several European countries I went, when I was in the Navy or afterwards, when I went there and left money, they always try to return it, and I didn't realize why, because prior to being in college and all that, I worked in the industry and afterwards and all that, and I do understand that people do need if someone is willing to pay less, they will pay less. They will pay the minimum they have to pay.
It's very rare corporation goes out of
and it's not the restaurant owner, it's the industry. And it's because we're a talent-driven industry.
Correct.
We're talent-driven. We got people at the top saying, hey, I don't care. I want to just get my tips. I get my tips. I get $300, $400 a night. No big deal. I don't get $300, $400. On some good nights I do. But I don't work at a place like that. I mean, I do that. I mean, I don't like that high pressure. I used to do
good night.
I used to.
When I worked over.
I did it in the 80s. When I worked at a nightclub in Philadelphia, I used to make $300 a night in the 80s. In the 80s when I was in college. And yeah, I can handle that. And the wait, I worked the service bar and the side bar. I get waitresses come up with 12 drinks, and people come up inside. I get like 6, 7 people come up. And I get like 5 different waitresses come up with 12 drinks, 12 orders of 12 different drinks.
Yeah, you want to take care of the service. You want to get their drinks.
You take them. I mean, we had it going out and stuff like that. But you know what? I realize that when I look at something, everything's strategic for me. I'm looking at a bar. I have 15 seats. I want to make $250. Every seat that I have to develop for 15 seats. Let's say I'm trying to break it down to $16 an hour.
Okay.
No, $16 per seat total, all night. And if I get someone that sits in a seat all night, and they give me $3 or $4, they threw off the whole thing for the whole night.
You got to make it up another seat.
No, you have to make it up. But then, if you have 3 people like that, it just boosts it even more at a lower price. And it seems to be at the lower price places, you have more people sitting longer at the same seat.
Also,
and nobody here, I'll tell you, nobody here does that. You move on. You're a good tipper. Per hour, Billy's like a $5 an hour tipper, which would make the whole night a $40 night. Which is really high for this type of place. And he drinks
$1 tip on each $2.
No. But Billy's a good tipper. Connor's a big, and Maggie, one of our stalwarts here, is a great tipper. But if you're sitting all night, in a bar stool, and you're leaving $3, and no one else sits there, you left that opportunity away. You're taking money out of that person's pocket. And that's where the franchise player gets hurt. You got to get people in and out of their seats because you're entertaining them, or you're going to have to pay for it because you're paying to entertain. It's like the movie cabaret, the musical Cabaret. You come in, you're being entertained, you're just sitting there. Why are you sitting in that seat, Connie? Why are you sitting in that seat? Why are you sitting in that seat at the bar?
I will be.
No, why are you sitting in that seat at the bar?
Why am I?
Why? Why are you not sitting home and having a drink?
Because I generally don't drink at home. I go out for the social aspect.
Why do you go and drink socially? Why?
To see people, to have conversations, to exchange ideas.
To interact with the bartender, to have a social...
I would like to compete alcohol.
Exactly. If you need to sit and drink, and not tip, you can sit at home and drink cheaper.
I've got a mini
cheaper. You know, you can drink cheaper without tipping at home. But if you're not going to interact, if you're going to sit there and not interact with people, go home.
Yeah.
If you're going to tip, go home. And I'm saying this for my fellow bartenders and my fellow servers. If they're sitting at a table, if you're sitting at a table and it's a Friday night and it's 3 hours, and you have a 4-top and 2 people are sitting there for 3 hours at a prime time, and you turn over, they need to turn that table over. That's what they're going to make, because they make $2.15 an hour.
Do you want to explain what table turnover does to a person's income?
Yeah, it increases it. If you do 3, let's say on a normal night, it'd be nice to get 4 turnovers for each table, and you can maximize. I think during a regular shift.
And a turnover is when one party sits down, whether it be 2, 4, 5, and then they get up, you get the order, you get the drinks, you get the order, you go ahead and you complete the task, and then they get up and they leave. So then you reseat the table. That's a turnover.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and if that one table that sits there for 3 hours decides to burn you, you lost everything of that potential.
Right.
And that is you are stealing money from somebody when you're sitting at the table. Now, at the end of the night, okay, but still remember, you're keeping that person there. At the end of the night, remember to compensate that person. And you know what? Yes, I do understand that tipping is an encumbrance on the diner. But that's the culture we have. This is what America really took. That's what we went with. That's our idea. Just like democracy, that's what we went with. So when you're going to do it, you sit there at that table, realize if you have 12 people, it's going to take 2.5 hours to probably eat. But remember, at 12 and a half, if you 12 people and it's 2.5 hours, and you're chewing up that person's time, compensate that person a little more, because they're probably just concentrating on your table. They don't get any more. If you burn them with 12 people, they're not serving 6 other 2-tops where they can average out. It's a law of averages, and that's the way it works. This past Monday, I worked, and on that side of the bar, I worked right here at the couch. I had a young fellow come in. He was 18 years old, and because we served food, they could sit at the bar. He sat down. I didn't offer him a drink. I gave him water. I wanted to hear him ask for a drink, and then I'd ask him for an ID. But he didn't ask, so I didn't need to ask for ID. He ordered food. He did it. He paid, and he took he paid with a credit card and left zip. Okay, no big deal. No big deal. It's a law of averages.
Yeah.
And the guy, he may have taken the coffee that
he's the reason there's a bell curve.
No, and then the ones right after him that were there next to him, they were like 6 and 10% tippers. And I thought they were all together. It seemed like they were all together. But it really didn't matter, because the rest of it made it a good night. I had a good night, and it wasn't that hard.
The
service industry people come in.
And they overtip.
And we all, it's been 20 years since I worked in a restaurant or anything like that. It's still been tipping, so they just try to overpay.
Yeah, it does. It sucks for those people. I see it as a law of averages. If you just turn over those things and you're fine. But if you get people that suck up those seats and just sit there and they don't allow turnover,
Right.
that's it. You know, you have to get volume. You have to get volume. You have to get tips.
When I was young and ignorant, I did it. I made a mistake. I stayed at the table. Once again, I'm a young sailor. And we sat at the Red Lobster table for way longer than we should have. And I was a little shocked when the lady said, "Are you guys leaving?" You know, and I realized that she was going to hurry up and get us and leave.
Well, like,
Yeah, but that's my youth and ignorance.
no, but you know what? Not tonight, right now, would it really matter? Look, if you look around here, I picked this time to do the show here at the Catch because we're not really busy, and I hope to get a following and get people in here.
Yeah, if anybody's listening right now, send us a little text. You know, write a message on our Facebook page and let us know if you can hear how many people are in here. To me, it sounds busy.
No, it does sound busy, but it's not busy right now because we picked that time. We picked that time because it wasn't busy. We don't want to take up tables. No, we don't want to. We are sitting at two
He lets me
tables.
sleep in because I'm older.
Okay, you know what? We picked two tables because no, but we got to use tables in order to broadcast from or podcast from, and you know, now it'd be no big deal. You got 3 hours. You're coming in here. So what? Sitting around. You can sit around for like 4 or 5 hours. And especially, but a Friday, Saturday night, that's your peak night. That's your date night. If you're a girl and you want to be taken out, you want to treat a guy. If you're a server or bartender, if you're working on that Friday and Saturday night, you better be making twice as much. Because if you're only making what you could have made on Thursday or Wednesday night, what the hell are you working that night? Why, no. You know what I mean. But we can make it, you know. No, Bill, we can make, I used to make it in a day night. You know how it is. They're coming, hey, come over here. I'm done at 11, and come over here and have a drink. Come over at 9:30, have a drink with me.
We're not
we'll go
talking
out.
about shenanigans after work, are we?
No, I used to do that. That's what I used to do. We'd go home, we'd go do an after-hour thing. Why not? And you don't, oh my God, as a musician. Oh my God, you're like the David Copperfield of dating. You guys would be dating models, and we're like.
Someday we're working all the time.
I know, but I mean, there's after-hour places. We're always, unless you're working the after-hour place. I know you're working at Caribbean Club.
If we can, we work the after.
And you know, down here, if you had to meet somebody, you know, and there's a lot of hot women that work in the service industry. There are tons of them. And down here we have a Denny's. We have a Denny's that has
A full
bar
Yeah.
because they had a liquor license prior to.
Everywhere else that you go in the United States, you go to Denny's to eat food and so forth.
Right.
Yes, we're
Down
talking.
here, you end up doing shots.
And there's
passing out.
the Denny's with a Grand Slam breakfast. They have a happy hour from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. for service industry. And if you were going to meet somebody, you could just go and say, hey, listen, come and have a drink with me. We'll go down to Denny's and we'll enjoy happy hour down there and do whatever you do after 1 a.m., which I know what I used to be able to do after 1 a.m.
Pancakes and Jägermeister.
Okay. Jägermeister? Holy shit, Bill. I mean, you're really not going to get much done after drinking Jägermeister, are you?
Not after you eat that.
Yeah, you're not going to, yeah, okay. Well, I'm talking about getting, remember, what's our Australian woman that was in, that Australian woman was in Graffiti, American Graffiti. What's her name? You know what I mean, with John Travolta. Let's get physical. You're not going to get physical. Grease, whatever.
Olivia Newton-John.
Olivia Newton-John. You're not going to get physical after 1 a.m. after eating pancakes.
There was a hint that threw us off. The Australian woman.
We're getting off the tip thing. We're getting off the tip thing. So, no, this is good. Go back to this. If you have to drive. You're pushing 60?
I'm not going to get physical unless I get some rag.
When you say, how old are you, Bill?
39.
I'm 53, Bill. I'm 53. Okay. How old are you? Don't say it. Don't say it. Are you older than me?
Yes.
Are you older? Okay, don't say it. Don't say it. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Okay, don't say it. Well, no, that's all. I was going to make you say it.
That's all right. I'm comfortable.
I respect it.
What does my T-shirt say?
I'm not like most teens. I'm in my 60s. Okay, that's creepy enough.
We kind of work the whole. We got the whole step.
Well, I'm 53, and I look like I'm 55. No, I get told by people that I could look like a young. Who's a really old guy? A young Mitch McConnell. No, not Mitch McConnell, because he has no chin. I have a chin. So I look like a very young. I'm just joking. The guy, the majority leader of the Senate. Okay, we're going to go back. We're going to go back to the tipping thing. The way I view myself, and we were talking about the seats, and we bring them up, is I'm a mercenary, and I go into a place and I try to fill those seats. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to fill them up. I'm going to try to get as many people as in. I'm not going to ask them to turn over, but hopefully, if they're entertained, they're going to compensate.
Right.
Exactly, for my talent.
You know the layout at the Encore?
Yes.
Okay, you have the back bar.
Yes.
That's when I used to work quite often. And you have all those nice garden tables out there with the fountain. And my goal was to steal people from those tables and get them to come up and sit at the bar.
Really?
Yeah, that was my goal. Because they always had people waiting to sit at a table. I didn't have anybody at the bar, but I felt that
you know what? I understand that. You're there by yourself. You need to bring people up there. You need to get paid, because otherwise, with a okay, this is for the non-service people, and you know what? And I apologize to the service people, but when you go to a table and you say, "Can I transfer my bill to another table?" What you're doing is you're giving that person 10%. Oh, Jules. Nice to meet you, Jules. Come back. Come back again. I was just saying goodbye to a listener. When someone entertained you and the bartender entertained you, and you get racked up an $80 bill, and you would have probably tipped them what? Let's say you're a decent person. Speculating a decent person. Let's say you're a decent person. Let's say you're $12. You're going to leave them $12. You go back to the table and you put that on your bill. Well, that bartender sees 10% of that $12 on that $80. Right. So you just said 90% of what I earn is going to that person, and you're transferring wealth.
That guy was 80% of your entertainment. But
and yet you're just saying, oh, you know what? Can I do that? And you know what? Some people say, and you know what? There are a lot of people that realize that. They go and say, they do realize it, and they leave a tip when you transfer.
Right.
But now, I have to say it's less than 30%. It's definitely less.
I would tell people when I was in HD, I would tell people, is it okay if we transfer from the bar to a table? Or can we transfer from a table to the bar? You don't have to ask. We'll set you up. But it'd be best if you take care of the person who took care of you.
Hey, we got some lovely girls coming in from the hobos coming in. I would like to bring them over if they come in. They don't know.
How do you spell hobo?
Hobos.
Oh, not H-O-B.
Hobos. Ashley and Dawn. We can bring them in. Hey, if they come in, we're going to bring them in over here. Let's get them some drinks too. Dawn, Ashley, come on over here. We got drinks for you. It's on the house. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. We got drinks for you. We're going to get drinks for you. Come over and sit. Come over here. Come over and sit down. Come on. Bring your seat over. They're allowed to drink. Let's get them. We got a Yingling. a Cuervo. And what do you have in Ashley?
I'll take a Yingling.
A Yingling?
Yes.
Okay. We got 2 Yinglings and 1 Cuervo. Let's make sure we get those for those. We were just talking about tipping. How it is when people... Yeah, we were doing this on show. We were doing it. It makes sense. We have 2 young ladies from a local eatery here in the Keys, and I think they could share that. I was talking about when people sit at their table and they sit too long.
Campers.
They're campers.
Campers.
Yeah.
Oh, we're talking about campers.
Campers,
now.
and you have a certain amount of time. You're working a Friday night, and you're giving up your Friday night. Sean, got to get those drinks. 2 Yingling and 1 Cuervo, and I'll pick them up right there. Yes. On us.
Look at us.
Yes. What do you mean, look at us? Just be happy. We're having drinks in the daytime.
Yes, we are. We just have been working.
That's my new hobby.
I know, but what's it like? When you have, let's say you have a table, and you sit down there, and they order whatever appetizers and some burgers and stuff like that, and they sit for 3 hours, and they're drinking soda and all that stuff, and tables are turning and turning and turning around you, and they're sitting. What's happening? What do you hear? What do you hear? You don't hear the change dropping. It's just like you're not making any money, right?
Correctly. We should have it rain.
Yeah. That's like a stripper thing. I didn't mean that. I wasn't going to try to make it like that.
And
okay.
tipping isn't a city in China either.
Oh, that's the title of her show. It's called "This Is Not a City in the People's Republic of China."
Really?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, that's so funny that you said that. Come on, Ashley. What do you have to say? What do you have a problem with somebody? I explained with you.
Are you going to have them introduce themselves?
Yeah. Okay. Introduce yourselves. Yeah.
My name's Ashley.
And I'm Dawn.
I'm Jim.
I'm still Connor.
He's still Connor.
He's
Oh,
still
that's
Connor.
a delicious
I haven't
beer.
seen you, Connor, in forever. How are you? I love
Yes.
You look great,
these
kid.
lovely girls walked in. I figured, you know what? I'm going to lasso them onto the show. No, but we were talking about it. It's an industry show now. We
Don't be afraid. He can't tie a knot. When he says lasso.
yeah, no, but that was
Thank
it.
you.
So when I was saying it, I look at a seat and I see I want $16 on a Friday night. I want $16 on this seat, or tables. You got 5 tables. If you have 5 tables or 6 tables, you want to make $250 on a Friday night. Let's say. You have 5 tables, so that means you got to make 5 tables. You got to make $50 per table.
$50 per table, yeah.
Yep. And then if someone's sitting there and they sit there for 3 hours and it's getting near 9 o'clock and you know you're not going to get any late tables, we get a late table. That's kind of sucks sometimes, right? And they're just chewing up your time. I want people to be cognizant about it. And that's what we're talking about right now. We're talking to the people that might be interested in the industry talking about it, but also to people that aren't acquainted with that idea. That if you're chewing up our time at a table at 7 o'clock,
We'll start charging you by the hour.
yes, there should be a meter on the rents.
That's when you say, is there anything else I can get you? You leave their drinks empty.
Don't get yourself in trouble, okay? I don't want you to say that. I'm not going to say it. Don't get yourself in trouble. I have a little more leeway on that stuff, but I don't want you to get yourself in trouble. I just want people to be aware of that because, owners do listen to this stuff.
Yes, they do.
They do. And we do ensure, and the way I view it, if someone tips me nothing or tips me heavy, I give a minimum of good service. Now, the engagement I give someone later after reacquaintance, it's the reacquaintance one, that's the bonus. Like I remember them. But you're always going to get good service. But sometimes, and we were suggesting that perhaps that sometimes, do you ever hear the idea of a minimum wage for service?
Yes.
No tipping. Like if you went to Europe.
Yeah. No, we deal with that a lot.
Okay, you went to Europe.
Totally different.
No, I know, but they get a higher wage,
Exactly.
no tips. And we introduced the history of it, and then we also said there's people, because some people get higher tips that they wouldn't want that $15, $16 an hour, because we make more than that. The people that used to make it 25, 26, 28, 30, why would you want to make 16 with no tips? And then there's other people that work at, like, IHOP or the Waffle House. Oh, God forbid. You know, Denny's. What Denny's? And but not late night Denny's at the bar, right? Because it's all industry people, right?
Yeah, we just did a segment on Denny's and the fact that it's one of the few Denny's in the country that has a full bar.
I know, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, you didn't know that? They have a happy hour from 11 to 1. 11 p.m. 1 a.m.
That is the only thing. I moved here from Indiana, so to see
Northern or Southern?
Southern.
Okay.
So to see
Why would anybody ask that question?
I was
Northern or Southern?
only in the Keys.
I lived in the Midwest.
Okay, I didn't know if there was a difference. Indiana's in Indiana. It's
So,
Curiosity.
because you said you're from Utah. I go, oh.
Which national park are you near?
Oh, okay.
If you live here in Utah, there's 5 national parks. So I would ask which national park are you near?
Okay, that's very interesting. So, but you're from Indiana?
yeah.
You don't get that vibe off, like you're very kind of free-spirited.
Well, people hear it in my accent every now and then. I guess I don't hear myself, but like, you're not from here, are you? No, Indiana. Like, we don't look like it. Well, how are they supposed to look? How are they supposed to act? Hillbillies, country, pretty much.
No, Indiana. No, I don't.
Cowboys.
No, I don't say that about Indiana or Georgia or West Virginia. No, I have relatives from all those places. No, I realize they're not like that. I do. I'm from Philadelphia.
Think that, though.
I don't. I know they think that. I know some people. And some people from my state, Pennsylvania, you could get some really weird people from inside the state. Oh, you're talking about me? Oh, well, I'm from Philadelphia. You know, I'm from
You're
big
from Philadelphia?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You didn't?
No, I thought you were from here too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does it make me seem more alluring?
You just seem like a Keys person. You really do. You seem like a Keys person.
Oh, really?
Yes, you do. Like her.
Oh, wow. That's
same with her.
where are you from?
31 years, upstate New York, right
Upstate
outside
New York.
Syracuse.
Okay. See, well, I think the further you move south, the more you lose kind of like that accent.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
And
I mean,
your
but
mind.
we're very accepting of people from everywhere, right, Billy?
Yes, y'all are.
No, we
Some of us haven't lost that accent.
Oh no, well, I mean, I have that Philly accent. We got the North. I don't know what the fuck I'm sorry. Connor has from the satellites from Europa outside of Saturn. No, from North Carolina, from Asheville area. No, the Highlands. You're from the Highlands, right? The Lowlands. Okay,
What they call the Piedmont area.
Piedmont.
North Carolina.
Piedmont. Okay, well, no, but I mean, I don't get the accent. It's good. It's Middle American, very good. Not that it's good to have a Middle American accent. I just
When we moved from North Carolina to outside of Philly, I lived there for 1 year in Westchester.
Oh my God! Yeah. Don't talk about Westchester. Oh my God, that's where all the pedophiles come from. I'm just kidding. I was just joking. That was a joke, Connor. I was a joke. I apologize. I was born in that area. I apologize. I am so sorry. That was
That's just Jim being Jim.
That was me being a Jim. I dated a girl from Westchester University.
Who was the pedophile then?
No, she wasn't a pedophile. She was 12 years old. No, she was not. Okay. Well, listen. We are going to be wrapping up the show right now, and I would like to ask Billy when his shows are coming up right now. Come on, you got Billy Wissinger, Key Billy.
Let's see, we will be here at the Kitsch tomorrow night from 7 to 10. It's Key Billy's fantastic. We'll be having a whole lot of fun. Friday night, I am doing a play with unfortunately, we can't.
No, don't invite the general
But
public.
we'd love to just.
No, but it's good to tell people that you are employed.
But yeah,
But don't tell them where you are.
I'd really love to see everybody show up.
No, but that's all right. But you don't have to tell them because that.
It's Saturday night. Where am I? Sunday and
Sunny. This is a wonderful opportunity to recall where we are.
Oh, Saturday I'm down in Key West. I'm down at the Key West KOA.
KOA?
With, Captain Francis.
Oh, the campground, the KOA? Oh, the campground, the KOA.
We'll be doing a lot of the old Jimmy Buffett stuff and a lot of old.
Is that a swingers convention? In the KOA? A 60 and over. If I'm not correct, that's a 60s and over swingers convention, which is like a swung. I guess a swung is a lower swing.
Yeah, no, I don't
It's like,
you got to go into the villages for that.
Okay.
You got to go from Middle State into the villages for that. Most of the guys down at the KOA seem to be straight shooters.
Okay. Oh, no pun intended.
No pun intended.
Oh, thank you very much. Anything else you want to say for it?
That's probably going to
Okay, well, this is Jim from the Keys Bartender. I was joined with Connor Barrett. We're here with Ashley. Come on, talk.
And Don.
Yeah.
Ashley.
We're not going to say where they're from so they don't indemnify their restaurants right now. So I don't think you said anything. I don't think you said anything else too bad. And thank you very much. And thanks for listening to the Keys Bartender.
At Farmers Insurance, we know the sound of a perfect hot air balloon landing. And a less than perfect one. Seen it, covered it. Click for more.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Napa know-how.
At Napa Auto Parts, you can get $25 or more off brand new DeWalt power tools by trading in your old ones. You know, those worthless tools you never use anymore? Yeah, those dusty things can actually save you at least $25 on new DeWalt power tools. Not so worthless after all. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating Napa Auto Parts stores while supplies last. Offer ends 6/30/19.